Before this video starts, I want to give a quick warning that this does contain spoilers for the Batman. And if you have not watched the movie, do not watch this video. Leave now, watch the movie, and then come back later. And if you have watched the Batman, enjoy the video. Hey everyone, I'm Jay and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be discussing new information revealed by Matt Reeves about that secret cameo at the end of the Batman, and afterwards we will be talking about what I kind of want to see happen in the future of this franchise, in sequels, spin-offs, all of that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, as everyone who has seen the movie knows, the film ended with a massive cameo from Barry Keoghan playing the Joker, and I really enjoyed the movie. I know a lot of people didn't like it, and they're like, "Oh, another Joker? Why? We have enough." I'm fine with it. It's Joker. He's one of the most important Batman villains. We were gonna get a new Joker, and from what we saw, he sounded great. I loved his laugh, but we didn't really get a look at his face. Well, Matt Reeves has given information on what he looks like and his character in this universe, and that's what I'll be discussing in this half of the video. So the first thing that Matt Reeves revealed was that there was supposed to be a delay scene with the Joker, with Batman meeting him in Arkham, and basically trying to get him to profile the Riddler. I'm gonna be honest, I wish this scene was kept in. This is almost exactly how I wanted Joker to be introduced in this universe, but I kind of get why it was deleted. It might have just felt shoehorned in, so I understand it, but the scene, it sounded cool, and I hope we see. Well, no, we will see it. Matt Reeves has said this, and but I hope we see it soon. But really excited to see the scene, and I think it'll be great. Matt Reeves has revealed that this version of the Joker will have a birth defect that causes him to never to stop being able to smile. I think this is a great idea and take on the character. Having a version of the Joker that ever since birth has had this grin on his face, it's such an interesting and fresh new take on the character. And it's almost like, and then Matt Reeves actually said this, but it's almost like it was destined since the beginning for him to become this character, and I think that's such a cool way of doing it. It reminds me of Joker with the laughing disorder, which just seemed perfect in that, and I think this is a perfect way to explain the grin. So yeah, I think that's amazing. Just like every other villain in this movie, Matt Reeves has revealed that the Joker in this film is not really the Joker yet. He hasn't fully evolved into that persona. He also revealed that he has fought Batman within that past 2 years. Batman has been fighting crime in Gotham, and I think that's great. It shows that Batman has been doing things within those 2 years and hasn't just been beating up random criminals on the street. And I think that's such a cool way to help build up this world. And I love that idea that Batman has already faced this version of the Joker, and maybe that relationship that they have in the comics maybe have already started growing. I don't know. But yes, that's everything Matt Reeves has revealed about the Joker in this universe, and I'm very excited to see more of Barry Keoghan's take. Please comment down below what your thoughts were on Barry Keoghan's Joker and everything that Matt Reeves has revealed about it. Now, this half of the video will be talking about what I want to see for the future of this franchise, and I mean for the movies and the shows. So I think the first thing we should start with is, of course, the first show that has been confirmed, which is Penguin. I really don't have much of what I want from the show. All I really want is to see Colin Farrell's Penguin turn into that more comic booky type of character that we all know from the comics. And I want to see more of the criminal underworld of Gotham. I think that was something that was done really well in the Batman, and I hope to see more of it in this show, which I guarantee we will. But that first one as well, about him becoming more comic book Penguin, I hope we see that. So yeah, that's really all I want from the Penguin show. The next thing I want to talk about will be the Arkham Asylum show. What I really want from the show is world building. I want to see more Batman villains pop up, such as Zaz, Ventriloquist, Candyman, just to name a few. I also want to see the Riddler and Joker just cause chaos together in Arkham. It's been kind of confirmed that it's a sequel, so we're probably going to be seeing those two. I also want to see Hugo Strange appear in the show. I like Hugo Strange as a villain, and I think this would be a great place to introduce him. So yeah, that's what I want from the Arkham show. Quite excited for this, although I'm not too sure what's about. It's just been confirmed recently though, and it sounds cool about it being like a horror show. So yeah, that's what I want from the Arkham show. Excited for this one, and that's what I want. Now for something that hasn't been confirmed is Catwoman. I want to see a Catwoman show based on Zoe Kravitz's take on the character. I said this in my review yesterday. I loved her take on Catwoman. I think she was great in the role, and I want to see more of her in this show. She's gone off to Bloodhaven. I want to see that. What do I want to see from the show? Really is I want to see how the events of the Batman has affected Selina with the death of her friend Annika. And with that I want to see flashbacks of showing their friendship before her death and see how that has affected her, because it definitely has. If you've seen the Batman, you know why it has. With her almost killing Falcone and all that. And I want to see how that has affected her going into the show. And yeah, that's really what I want to see from the show the most, is how the events of the show have had an effect on her life. Now, for the sequel of the Batman, what I really want to see the most is Mr. Freeze as the villain. I think Mr. Freeze is a great character, and I think he could work really well in this universe. Have him appear, and yeah, I think Mr. Freeze is a great villain. He should be in this movie, and due to the first film being very detective based, you can still have that element with Freeze. With Batman looking into Goth Cop, and that's just cool. I love Batman being a detective, and this story really allows you to do that. I also want to see the introduction of Harvey Dent, and I want the film to kind of end with him getting scarred, going into the third film with him becoming Two-Face, and all that. I also want to see Dick Grayson be introduced and become Robin for the end, and maybe we can make a Robin show. Maybe you can. I'm not too sure what I want from a Robin show though, but a Robin show totally in for that. But yeah, I want Dent to become Two-Face at the end of this movie, going into the Batman 3. And yeah, the Batman 3, I want Harvey Dent to be the main villain. I want him to team up with the Riddler and kind of go after either corruption or criminals in Gotham. He teams up with the Riddler doing so. I want the Riddler, Two-Face, and the Joker to be the main villains up until the second act, to where the Joker does what the Joker usually does, and betrays them or something, and he becomes the villain for the final act. That's what I want from this film. That may be too much. Who knows? I'm not a movie writer. This is just some random thoughts that I'm throwing out there, and I think it'd be cool if we see this on the movie. So yeah, that's what I want from this franchise. That's really all I want from this trilogy. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and comment below what you want for the future of this franchise. That's all for now. Goodbye.